Okay, let's show you a bit about the guitar sound. As you can hear, a few tracks on there, so mute the vocals for a minute. Okay, and in here I'm using the Podfarm equipment for most of the stuff to get the sound onto tape. I was using Gearbox and I just updated it with the Podfarm. I haven't got the whole kit actually, just the one that you get with the Toneport, which is the interface I'm using. If I move the camera around a little bit, you can probably see an air freshener. There's the Toneport sitting in there. Just the basic UX1, but it gives you great sound. Okay, back to the screen. Let's just stop the track a minute so give you an idea of what it sounds like. Okay, so I've just picked up my Les Paul and stopped the track that was playing. At the moment I've got a combination of bits and pieces, and here there's the Spinal Puppet sound, which is my main sound source. So it's quite a nice tone, not quite as good as playing with a big stack next to you, but when you've got space limitations, got some delay on that, a little reverb, and I always use a noise gate, especially when you're recording, keep out the unwanted sound, and there's a little bit of compression on there to get the sound on the track. And where are we? Cab wise, there's a nice drop down selection, different cabinets. I find that the ones I'm using mainly are their Line6 tread plate, and some of the vintage Celestion ones, as well as the 2001 Line6 4x12 as they call it, which is this one here. It's got a range of mics that you can select from as well. Tone sounds quite different when you change the amp. Sorry, when you change the microphone. So I change that to dynamic. I don't know how well the sound's being picked up. It's a very fizzy sound. That's a bit less mid-range picked up on that one. A bit more American style sounding. So yeah, it's not a bad sound. So the tones I'm using are a flat sound, and I've got a lot of my own sounds programmed in. So for example, I have this setting which is a tone I've made up from, again, the Line6 Spinal Puppet, but it's a very dry sound. Use it mainly for rhythm. There's no reverb or anything else like that. The most I do is put the speaker cab a little way into the room. There's a few different settings as well, and the nice thing about this is you can have a combination of different tones, so you can mix and match cabinets, experiment with the sounds a little bit. Here I've got a couple of different amp setups, so I'm using the same amplifier but with different presets, with different EQ settings rather, and different cabinets as well, so it's blending the tone. Again, a very dry sound. I tend to have any EQ on the lead sounds, delay, reverb, stuff like that, but on the rhythm sounds I tend to keep them pretty dry. It's easier to fit them into the mix. And I've got my Les Paul tuned down to D, so it's not a drop D, it's actually, the whole thing is tuned down to D, so it just gives you a thicker tone. I'm using only ball strings, 11 to 48s.